Hold on to your butts, Bat fans. Director Matt Reeves has shared images of the new Batmobile for the upcoming reboot The Batman, and we think it's pretty safe to say that they do not disappoint. In keeping with past iterations of the iconic vehicle, the new version looks very lean, very mean, and very fast.
Show me my car.
Pretend for a moment you're some lowlife, up to no good in Gotham City. Maybe you're pulling off a jewelry store heist or holding up an armored truck. Is this the absolute last thing you'd want to see or what? Here's an overhead view. Sleek, black, and obviously built for speed, like if a manta ray were an automobile. We're sure you're already sold, but wait, we saved the best for last. Look at that. Now that is a car that nobody but Batman would be capable of driving for more than a block without wrapping it around the nearest telephone pole, sending it sky high in a ball of rocket fuel-fed flames. Not only are Batman diehards bound to be drooling puddles over these photos, but we're thinking that if you're a car person, your eyes are popping out of your head right now.
I gotta get me one of those.
For starters, you've probably gotten the idea that Bruce Wayne did not build this car from scratch, and you'd be right. Our best guess? This vehicle began life as a 1970 Dodge Challenger, a legendary muscle car that made up for what it lacked in handling ability with raw, screaming power. There are a couple of other models it could be. The Pontiac GTOs of the late 60s come to mind. But given those deeply recessed headlights, extremely low profile, and distinctive curves, we're pretty sure that Wayne went with a Dodge. You'll note, however, that there are a few modern touches. The trapezoidal taillights, along with the rear window-mounted third brake lights, are obvious aftermarket modifications. Also, looking closely at the rear view, you'll notice there's a small video display mounted in dash. Touchscreen GPS units were not in widespread use at the time the Batman is thought to be set, around the mid to late 2000s, but this is Bruce Wayne we're talking about.
I'm rich.
Finally, the engine. The freaking engine. It looks like an absolutely massive V10 with enormous vertical exhaust up each side. That big ring in the center? Afterburner, obviously. You don't want to stand anywhere near it, ever. Oh, and if you're wondering if any 60s or 70s muscle cars featured rear-mounted engines, the answer is no, not one of them. Why on earth would Master Bruce have relocated the engine to the rear of the car? Why, to make room for something else under the hood, of course. Something we're thinking like a big fat array of weapons and/or gadgets. Aside from that afterburner, which you know will spit a gigantic stream of fire, this Batmobile doesn't bear much resemblance to the iterations we've seen in the past. It's the only version we've ever seen that looks like a modified, commercially available vehicle. Even the 60s Batmobile was based on the Lincoln Futura, a concept car that was never released to the public. The Batmobile, driven by Michael Keaton's Caped Crusader in 1989's Batman, was quite obviously a custom design, with its enormous size necessary for concealing all the wonderful toys which it could deploy. With Christopher Nolan's Dark Knight trilogy, the Batmobile's design took an even harder turn into custom territory. Dubbed the Tumbler, it wasn't so much a car as it was a highly armored, customizable, multi-configuration assault vehicle of the type that any military worth its salt would shell out millions for.
What's that? Well, the tumbler? Oh, you wouldn't be interested in that.
In keeping with the DIY repurposed aesthetic of the new Batsuit, though, this new Batmobile looks a bit like a first draft. An insanely fast, powerful, kick-ass first draft, but a first draft nonetheless. Perhaps Wayne will have upgraded by the time we see the Batman 2. This version, though, looks absolutely ferocious, and if Bat's legions of fans haven't whipped themselves into a frenzy over this flick before, we think it's safe for them to start doing so now.
Chicks dig the car.
The Batman hits the big screen on June 25th, 2021. Check out one of our newest videos right here. Plus, even more Looper videos about your favorite movies and TV shows are coming soon. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the bell so you don't miss a single one.